This video is in no way, shape, or form sponsored or supported by Nueva, Margie Aliprandi, Dr. Carrie Carda, et al. However, fair use, friends. The clips you're about to see are used for educational and commentary purposes only. Because when Margie Aliprandi and Dr. Carrie Carda start pitching powdered collagen like it's a medical breakthrough, somebody has to show up with a BS translator and a kazoo. No permission required, just a working nonsense detector. Clips featuring Margie Aliprandi and Dr. Carrie Carda are shown to expose the MLM manipulation, collagen-coded pseudoscience, and a leadership style powered more by aesthetic buzzwords than actual evidence. If that stings, it's probably not negativity. It's just what happens when snow collagen melts under the heat of basic critical thinking. Any resemblance to real people, timelines, or scientific credibility is purely coincidental, unless you're watching Margie Aliprandi and Dr. Carrie Carda pitch powdered chicken collagen like it's a medical miracle. In that case, welcome to the realm of regenerative wellness, where mushrooms hydrate your soul, hormones respond to hope, and the only thing thicker than the product claimed is the pseudoscience. Sure is bright in here. Oh, crap.
So, I don't know what's going on, but like, hello. Hello. We're back. We're Nueva-ing, if that's even, I know that's not, obviously not a word. Unlike Nueva, just like every other millions of hits of that on Google. So good luck with your SEO. That was unintentional. I forgot to fill up my drink in the rush to find my headphones. Sorry if you got the text alert like, oh my god, we're going live in 4 minutes. My headphones are like, nope, not going to happen today. It's good to see everybody. I will say howdy hey in the chat. Greetings, salutations. I don't know. You heard all the disclaimer. Continued disclaimer. This video is for educational and commentary purposes only. All opinions are my own. I do not claim to diagnose or treat anything, and neither should an MLM Zoom call. You're welcome, John and friends. We call them, by we I mean I call them the Nueva 9. John, Nadia, Margie Aliprandi, Michelle Barnes, Rick Teague, Michelle Teague, Sarah Zalecki, Tony Zalecki, and Brian McMullen. I know there's more, but like those are the big players. Brian McMullen, you're a big player too because you're the financial bank of this operation, in my opinion. Hello. It's I can't wait for the snow collagen. I can't wait for the chicken collagen. Yes. Hello. Welcome. I know we just had a billion disclaimers, but let me tell you a story of the first time I ever reacted to a Nueva Zoom call, which was either their first or their second Zoom call. So I reacted to it. We got into a Zoom call that we had the link to, and then that one gets hit. That one gets taken down by Nueva. And I do another Zoom call, infiltration, because fair use, and that one gets taken down by Nueva. Then I do another one, then that one gets taken down by Nueva. And not only do those three get taken down at the same time, well, give or take, I get a copyright strike. Fine, I understand. I'm a little bit panicky. Aaron gets a copyright strike. Julie Anderson gets a copyright strike. Vanessa gets a copyright strike. And so I'm just thinking to myself, well, I don't know if they've ever met anyone with autism before, but now all I want to do in my life is do live reactions to Nueva. But here we are. So eventually that gets removed. The twisty part is striking videos becomes an issue because it pushes out information from people being able to access it for 10 days plus 10 business days. So Nueva gets to be naughty for 10 more days, and they push and push and push that out until they actually decide to finally launch. Also, what are we drinking? I'm drinking root beer. Rip. Sorry. Sorry to my trainer. Powdered chicken collagen. I'm dying. I know. It's a thing. So we're here. Back in the day. Back last week, I was putting chicken nugget heads over everybody, and today, none of it. I'm trying to see what the hell happened with my... Please hold. I'm gonna, like, wipe my thing off real quick. What's our high? What's our low? Let me look at those before I play the second disclaimer. Also, while we use chicken nuggets and chicken numpties as our name calling, no other name calling is allowed. There are some people on our FU list. Normally we do not curse at people, but there's a few people who are on our cursey list. Our cursey word list. That would be Ed Milet, Brian Underwood. What's his name? 10X guy, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins or Tiny Ribbons, whichever one you like. Oh my God. DC, why didn't you do this before your stream? Well, ask my headphones, honestly. Better. So normally we don't say F you, we only say F. I can't curse yet because we've got 7 more minutes. Highs and lows for today. Low, more teeth shit. High, my mouth is not numb right now, so we can have a fully functional live stream. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. Allegedly. Hi, Amy. And don't sue DC. She wants us to be responsible with our words. Yeah. Mostly. At this point, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's play the second disclaimer, just in case everyone didn't get the... What in the world is happening? What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? Oh my God. Sorry, let me just play the disclaimer while we're figuring out our lives.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us.
All right, we're back. I am, y'all, some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. I'm DC, your autistic MLM dropout. I may be measuring things on stream. We may go on squirrel trails. It happens. It's part of the brand now. Technical difficulties and late starts are also part of the brand. So sorry. Did y'all know collagen can now balance your hormones, boost your immune system, and communicate with your gut to help your skin glow? I love it. Squirrels, Neurokin, and New Lurkers. I am, as I said before, DC, your autistic MLM dropout, and today we're diving into Nueva's latest sciencey hype fest featuring snow collagen. I didn't have that on my bingo card for 2025. I wouldn't have that on my bingo card for any marketing, anything. Snow collagen? All I imagine is whatever, all the stuff that used to make collagen, and somebody ends up spilling a ton of it in the factory it's getting created in, and it's just everywhere, raining down on all of the line workers, which sounds awful, and it ruins the machinery. That would be ideal, but that's probably not what happens. Get ready for some twisty claims, a lot of fallacies, and a special guest star, Chicken Sternum, and Chicken Nuggets. You know who you are. I also saw a few lows on the stream yesterday. Holy cow. I'm sorry I missed the one. One of y'all had a really awful experience and got robbed. I'm sorry that I missed that. Sometimes I can't read as fast as y'all type, but I'm glad that y'all share. And I do try to go back and listen/read so I can see what I missed. And I missed some pretty heavy lows yesterday, and I'm sorry about that. Oh, I was like, where's my blue lights? I was like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't really like this. I kept looking at it. I'm like, I really don't, I really don't like that. I really don't like that. I really don't like that. I'm like, oh yeah, my lights are off. Cool. Oh yes, I love my show about Make Wellness Jr. If you missed the stream, y'all brought us the title. I think Mix brought us the title, no? Oh, Dana, I'm so sorry. I'm glad everyone's fine. I'm glad you're okay. People are awful. Make Wellness Jr. Why do we call Nueva Make Wellness Jr.? I feel like I'm telling a family's lore/a gossip story about why everyone hates each other. Justin Prince was in Modere, top leader. Underneath Justin Prince, John Melton. Justin Prince gets terminated from Modere and says, I'm not going to start my own MLM. And a yearish later, he starts his own MLM. Then, Modere's still kicking. The CEO of Modere gets terminated. She goes to Amare, all right? Remember that for a second. Then, Modere closes an hour before, goes out of business, does all the bankruptcy things an hour before commissions get paid out. So John Melton, the Nueva 9, flip out, as most people do, and then John's like, I don't know where I'm going to go. And then about, half a second later, he's like, we're going to open our own MLM. Of course. Of course. So things got rolling pretty quickly because they had a financial backer, allegedly, but he's also on the call, and he was, not allegedly, he's the financial backer. Brian McMullen, who was a top leader in Vema, allegedly has his hand in 19 other MLMs, has purchased a few MLMs. That's not the twisty part, other than him claiming he can get into countries really quickly. I don't know if that's against the rules, but he also allegedly, this is the alleged one, he also allegedly has a financial vested interest in Make Wellness. And you say to yourself, isn't that a conflict of interest? Isn't that wild to have an investor investing in companies that are in direct competition with each other? Make Wellness, peptides. Nueva, peptides. Those are questions that we need answering. I don't know if we're going to be able to answer them, but that's why we call Nueva Make Wellness Jr. 1, John Melton hates Justin Prince. 2, it just fit. It just fit. So welcome to the next episode of Make Wellness Jr. Says shit on the internet. Oh. Grumpy partner, I'm so sorry. Is that super clear? Is that clear as mud? In my head, all of the connecty parts are my favorite. Then when I go back and listen to it, I'm just saying to myself, that didn't make any sense. Why did we just Courtney Shorty that? Yes. Yes, we did. Lick the stream. It tastes like potato peptides. Yes, unfortunately, do not lick the stream further on into this because it could taste like snow peptides, and we're not about that. We are not about that. Oh no. What have I missed? I also missed a new member yesterday. I'm so sorry about that. Oh. Hi, sounded super smart at work today, Lo. Miss my late husband to share happy things with. I'm so sorry that you don't have your person anymore. And I hope that you getting to share things with a live chat and us being excited for you. Gives you a little bit of a happy feeling. Losing your person is incredibly painful, and I'm sorry. Boy, waterworks starting early tonight. All right. Love your floofs. Don't forget to drink. Don't forget to take your meds. And I was like, we're so ready. I did export this. I did take out the pauses. I did take out the filler words because hashtag transforming shit for Make Wellness Jr. and Margie and Tony and John and all y'all. This does not bode well for where did I export it to?
My name is Margie Aliprandi.
Yeah, this is it.
My name is Margie Aliprandi.
Yes, it is, ma'am. My name's Margie. This is fair use. Welcome. Yeah, I know, it's just like, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you had a high at work. People we care about passing away is just, it's awful. Because you have all of your, like, things you used to do together and, like, you don't get to do them anymore. And it's sad. I feel a lot of empathy and I feel sad. Not like, I just feel like I can empathize with how that feels. And I'm sorry. We're fixing cheeseburgers if there's any hungry omnivores in the house. Spinach on the side, no potatoes as I'm already overcarb today. I hope they're delicious. Oh no. Bad combo of ice to root beer. There's not enough in there. It's alright. We'll suffer through it. Because Savannah's our powerhouse in chief. I think that they think that people in anti-MLM are not. I think they think that everyone's separate, just like that mentality in MLM where everyone's fighting against each other or trying to backstab each other. And from what I have experienced, it's not perfect, but there's a lot of genuine willingness to share shit with each other. And there's a few of us, there's a group of us who pretty much talk daily, and even though everyone has their streaming content that they're scheduling, whether they have brand partners or not, Savannah will take some pivots sometime. And wow, I'm emotional. And does like really incredible videos, and did one on Nueva, and having almost 100,000, but close to 100,000 subscriber account, make their way onto the playing field is nothing to sneeze at. So also Savannah transformed a shit ton of the content in a much better way than I normally do, if that makes sense. Like, I like the live reaction part, and Savannah does like the documentary style, snarky commentary, really great editing videos. So I think maybe YouTube was like, no, absolutely not. Yeah. I hope Hannah does too. Also, Melaleuca, you're an MLM. Sorry. Oh, wait. Did I say that out loud? My bad. Here we go. Let's see what we've got today. We've got a small video. Oh, there's our chicken nuggets. My bad. If we feel like we need to do this later on, we totally will. I'm going to try not to cry through this stream. What the hell? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Did I miss any membership milestones? Months. Nope. We do have 24 months coming up. You've got a golden acorn. You do get to enjoy the golden kazoo for a whole year before you upgrade to a acorn if you still support me monthly, financially, and subscribers. Thank you for supporting. Likers of the stream, thank you for supporting. Thumbs downers of the stream, thank you for supporting, because engagement is engagement. And big, huge shout out to my squirrels, my secret squirrel squad, and my, what is it called? Snarky Squirrel Society? I don't remember the exact names, but y'all get it. All right. Yeah, for sure.
My name is Margie Aliprandi, and I'm very excited to be joined by Dr. Carrie Carda, who I will introduce to you in a few minutes. You know,
do y'all want to know the twistiness of Carrie Carda now? Or do you want to know the twistiness of Carrie Carda in like 10 minutes? Say now or say 10 minutes. And the 10 minutes is meaningful. I can also do my 10-minute time blindness timer. Yep, totally saw that. Yeah, Young Living also went after Savannah several times. Got a ton of Savannah's videos just slapped to hell in a handbasket. And I love the whistleblower that Hannah was able to share that information with everybody. Dude, Young Living doesn't play for somebody who can't keep products in stock. You know what I mean? Now, 13 months. Broken Waffles, thank you so much. Let's go.
Well, we're moving on now, to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
What's even twistier is that she's an OBGYN. Poor now. I got them on Amazon. They're like, there's these more expensive ones, but I got these like, they have plastic that goes all the way around, and then I got replacement head deals. Now, 10 minutes. Now, 10 minutes. Do we want to split the difference and do 5 minutes? Death, taxes, and Melaleuca being a MLM being a pyramid scheme. Yeah, I know. It's like Melaleuca is losing their shit over being called an MLM. So like, do we just upgrade to a pyramid scheme? No? What? Sorry. Did I say that out loud? All right. Here, I won't tease y'all. We'll do now. Dr. Carrie Carda is associated with a fun little medical group. She's part of a practice. Number one, she's an OBGYN, but she's also, I'm trying to see the exact name of it. She's a part of a group called the 10X Health Wellness Protocol. Does anyone in the chat want to let our lurkers and new squirrels or newbies know about who started 10X? It's twisty as hell. I don't know if this means that this person has more of their fingers in a lot of other MLM fuckery, but I'm nervous. Mix, good guess. Good guess, Mix. Hi, Ob. I totally like got excited and I was like, we're just gonna do it now. I'm not the type of person that it does really well at here's a carrot and stay for the stream and being effective like that. I'm just really excited and I'm like, here's my pebble. Here, I'm a penguin and here's my pebbles. I feel like Ava's gonna... Oh my god, Amelia got it. Cardone? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm sorry I'm smiling. When I saw this, when I was trying to find a screenshot, number one, was shocked. Number two, I cannot wait to tell the live chat. She's associated with her own practice. She does functional stuff. And she's also associated with Mr. Chicken Numpty, leader of the fuck you list, Grant Cardone. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit of a... I don't know what's happening. It'll be fine. Yeah, Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone. Pebbling is awesome. What do you do on your channel? Well, I usually arrive late to my live streams. We have some technical difficulties. We have a lot of baby snark. We've got a love of kazoos. We roast PowerPoints, and there's a lot of pebbling that goes on. Grant Cardone, if you don't know, is twisty. He has a MLM parasite organization where they do a lot of trainings for MLM groups. He doesn't call it a parasite organization. And it's called 10X. He also is a Scientologist. This just gets so twisty. Grant Cardone is a Scientologist, and he's a huge supporter / founder. He gives a crap ton of money to Scientology. And I would say, in my opinion, Scientology, cult. Cult. High control group, cult. To the 10th power. Oh my god, what is happening? Are we... No. Hello? Okay. We also have a great time. Let's go. Yeah. Mother... Okay, I'm turning this on Do Not Disturb. And I'm turning it... I have a little bit of an audio quirk. How do I turn off my... I'm trying to turn off my phone. I'm trying to put it in airplane mode. Hey Siri, put my phone into airplane mode. Let's go. Yeah. I don't know if that was as exciting for y'all as it was for me, but in my brain, my squirrel trail loving brain, that's twisty. It's super twisty. This lady, Carrie Carda, has a connection to Jelly Roll in his weight loss. She has a connection to Steve Urkel character guy. What is his name? The guy who played Steve Urkel has a connection to his health wellness protocol. She has a connection to Grant Cardone. Now she has a connection with Nueva, Make Wellness Jr. And don't Nueva rep say, wow, look how famous she is. You're literally missing the point. I would caution you to get involved with somebody who has close ties to Grant Cardone. I would caution you on trusting the information coming from somebody who has gone to medical school, that attempts to help people, and then aligns himself with a multi-level marketing opportunity. I would just, I don't know, be cautious. Be cautious. Jaleel White, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's somebody else. I may have read that wrong. Jaleel White, let me look. I'm going to have to make an edit. Hold on. I think I just had a skip over the words moment. I'm looking right now. It looks like she started her Instagram a second ago. You can look, do not touch the poop. Wait a second. I must have seen another one. Okay, well, this is good. She didn't start it a second ago. She has about 3,000... She has about 3,000 followers, and the very first thing underneath her name is 10X Health System. No thanks. I'll pass. If you're wondering, DC, just get to it. I'm going to. This is the process of the live stream. Replay crew, we love you. Okay, here is the smaller one. Why did I think this was... I'm so sorry. I'm going to look like an idiot. Listen, can I just... and this is just my... Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to find a picture so y'all can see what I thought. Okay, I thought it was Jaleel White. It's not. It's Stephen A. Smith, who has 5 million followers on Instagram. Stephen A. Smith, in my opinion, looks like Jaleel White, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And it's not... Here. We'll find a picture. We'll find a picture. Y'all could disagree with me, which is fine. And I probably am wrong. Hey, Ro, I'm putting the screenshots up because I feel like I'm... Hold on. Drop shot. Screenshot. Okay, this is Stephen A. Smith. All right. Then this is Jaleel White. I thought, because his head was tilted down, is very similar other than the facial hair. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. These pictures are what I was talking about, not other ones. And I could probably be like, oh no, they don't look like each other. I feel like they kind of look like each other. That's why when I was getting super excited about 10X, I wasn't paying attention to the name they tagged. In this photo. Other photos, absolutely not. I was thinking of this photo because we love Family Matters in my house. Not other photos. I feel like in these photos, they do. Obviously, facial hair. Different. Anyways. In those photos. That's why when Stephen A. Smith was standing next to, that's Dr. Carrie Carda, I wasn't paying attention to who they tagged. My bad. That's Stephen A. Smith. I know, I'm awful. I thought I was more excited that it was Jaleel White, but that's okay. I'm so used to seeing Stephen A. Smith on TV that I don't think they're similar, but I can see what you're getting at. I've never watched Stephen A. Smith on TV. I know he's written a book. Obviously, I've watched Family Matters, but that was when Jaleel White was super young. But in my nostalgia and looking at old pictures of like what he looks like now and like what he looked like when he was a kid, I was like, oh yeah, same. In that one, yes. On more of his professional like TV stuff, Stephen A. Smith doesn't look like Jaleel that much. Stephen A. Smith gave us the very iconic Pokemon Charmander. No way. So I thought, Molly, I looked at your name really quickly, and your face looked very like right out of the corner of my eye, like one of the Nueva people, and I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, we're safe. It's just a squirrel. It's one of our squirrel members. I think Stephen A. Smith can be a lot anyways, sure. We're distracted. Now we're back on track now. All right. Feel free to like the stream if you want to. We are on both even numbers, so love that.
Tonight's training is going to be about Nueva's snow collagen.
Nueva? Isn't it Nueva? Do I just have the worst pronunciation of all time? If you can help me, I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but Nueva sounds very different than Nueva. Yes? No? Okay, thank you, Marie. Oh my God. See? Isn't that just like, doesn't that just want to make people want to become a member? Yeah, they're lint rollers. Well, we used to do lint rollers a lot because I would lint roll this. My lint roller's all the way over there, though. It's a long story. Then, because we love kazoos, the 12-month one was a kazoo. Then, because we go on squirrel trails, we kind of became the squirrels. And then we have a golden acorn now for 24 months. So, yep, you are safe, but that makes me laugh. Sent in the memes channel. Cool, cool, cool. Amy and I are like, is that your company's name? Oh, God. Nueva is 9, right? Okay, Ranger Kathy and I are like, Nueva is 9. Nueva, new. Yes, snow collagens, also yes.
Nueva's Snow Collagen. So anyone who knows me knows that I'm a little bit of a collagen snob. So the fact that this has captured my attention in such a...
Are you a collagen snob? I'm sorry. Really? You're a collagen snob? You were in Modere and you did trim. And if anyone in the chat has ingested trim, let me know what the texture was like. Let me know what the taste/texture was like. And if you like it, cool. But I've heard from a few people that maybe the texture was hard to, texture-wise, maybe would not have been something that my neurospicy buddies would have liked if you have texture issues. The way it's been described is something that I wouldn't want to ingest, but that's just me. I'm a hater. I find it funny that she's like, I'm a collagen snob. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
significant way, I think really says something. I know a lot of you.
Oh my God, the Nazgul 9. So Nueva is Make Wellness Junior and 9. Got it. Yes. Canada in the chat. Oh my God, my Canadians. Hero. I have so much confidence in someone who can't pronounce their company name. I'm so inspired. Oh my God, I love it. Mispronouncing the name of the scam you're promoting is chef's kiss. It is. It really is.
Who are listening in are collagen
Yes.
experts. And for some of you, collagen might be a whole new conversation. And so to start with tonight, I want to just talk about what is collagen and why is it important before we dive into the specifics about our snow collagen. So first of all, collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. It makes up 80% of your skin, your bones, your joints, your connective tissue. It promotes youthful and healthy looking skin that is plump and firm and elastic. And it helps to keep...
Can't water do that too or no? What am I? Water can help that too, yes? 69. How appropriate.
your joints mobile and active. However,
I can't stop looking at this, and this has nothing to do with the efficacy of her multi-level marketing company. If you look, only because I've done some renovations on a few homes. This is interesting that we have a bulkhead. It looks like her kitchen maybe has had a partial renovation. Fine. You see whatever this is. I mean, it looks like she has a, whatever, this is the light, this strand right here. Then she has a drop down part on this ceiling, but then she has a bulkhead over here. I won't be able to stop looking at it, so I might as well look at it with all y'all. And there's no bulkhead on the right side. It doesn't make Nueva better or worse. I just would love for her to get a green screen and maybe not do this here, because I'd love to not look at the bulkhead. Well, don't sneak into our Zoom calls, or don't rewatch stuff people whistleblow to you if you don't want to look at it. Okay, Margie. All right.
unavoidable loss of collagen happens when we hit about our mid-20s. Gradually, our production
Mid-20s?
of collagen begins to decline. And it declines bit by bit every single year until we have very little collagen left. So collagen gives your
Appeal to fear? Is this appeal to fear fallacy? Because I'm going to go with yes, appeal to fear. We're just going to guess. We normally do logical fallacies, and I've just been bad at them recently. What is the appeal to fear fallacy? Using scare tactics to convince you of something, even if the fear is wildly exaggerated. For example, whoops, my bad. I'll fast forward it. I pressed the button too soon. What is the appeal to fear fallacy? Exaggerated. For example, if you don't invest in this MLM, you'll end up broke and forgotten. In this one, the fear is, oh my God, you're going to start losing collagen when you're 20. Holy shit. Oh my God, what are you going to do? You better start taking some. And guess what? You better start taking the premier, the super, the most ethical collagen on the market, the snow collagen, the chicken snow super collagen from Nueva.
skin, its firmness, its rigidity. Sure. If you have sagging skin anywhere, that place needs collagen. And so the reason it's so important is the structure. Like if you think of your connective tissue.
Emily just said,
oh, we are about to hear some real dumb bullshit.
Yes. I don't mind. I do not mind the texture, like pudding to me, but too expensive. So glad I'm not involved with any MLMs anymore. I'm so glad you're out, Jennifer. I definitely think if I were to ever ingest Modaire's trim, or maybe now Amari's trim, I don't know who's picking up the mantle of that patent, but I think I'd have to have it extra cold. Like, you know when you can lower the refrigerator to the coldest it can do before it can freeze? Maybe not the coldest, but right at the lower end of the refrigerator level, I'd probably have to do that. Pudding's not my favorite, only because texture, so trim probably would not be my favorite. But if I had to eat it, well, I guess I could make a popsicle. But very, 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 very cold. Very cold.
Literally, collagen holds you together. One strand of collagen is stronger than steel. And we all...
What? Stronger than steel? I wish I would have watched this before. Okay, I mean, it sounds like a... I don't know if y'all like superheroes as much as I do, but it sounds like a bad Marvel origin story. Appeal to high tech and exaggeration. Where's the appeal to high tech? We'll wait for the sciencey people to enter the chat. I mean, you're here, but help me out. What is the appeal to high tech fallacy? Overhyping fancy technology to make a scam sound credible without providing real evidence. For example, our system uses cutting-edge algorithms to guarantee success, with no explanation of how it works. Maybe she's going to explain. They're really good at explaining stuff in a super twisty way, in my opinion. I think that's true, but it's still a weird thing to bring up here. Yeah, I think she's saying it because the appeal to high tech, so that we will think their products are better than they actually are. Good night, Molly. Appeal to complete and utter bullshit. Agreed. Agreed. And mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Yes, let's get down to business. People generally look way younger since smoking, drinking, and going outside without sunscreen became a thing. Humans figured out a lot of stuff.
Know that the type of collagen matters and the...
Oh, sorry. Took out her filler words, took out her pauses. So you're going to see this blend. Transformative in nature. I'm not trying to take them out of context. I'm not trying to AI It was either Tony or John who were like, oh my God, they're AIing my stuff together. I'm like, we don't have to. You say nonsensical things all on your own. But the little blendy stuff, it's just taking out time that we don't have to waste on this. Duchess is just staring at me. I'm sciencey, but I'm much more interested in talking about collagen. Man, Marvel's next superhero. Oh my God, yes. Yes, 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 I'm starring this.
The bioavailability of collagen matters. So we know there are several types of collagen, types 1 and 3 being the most prominent or prevalent in products today. But we also know that type 2 collagen is more beneficial because it includes all of the benefits of skin and hair and nails and
Good night,
the
Elise.
beauty, the wrinkle, the youthful appearance.
Oh, why didn't I use this screenshot for my video? I didn't even get the thumbnail done. Earlier when she's saying that collagen is stronger than steel, cool. I don't know if we can put it in the same category as collagen being like Wolverine's skeleton. Not that she's saying that, but I feel like you could definitely go down that slippery slope fallacy. Margie, what are you doing? I don't even know. We need a bingo card. They love the word bioavailable. We should have a bioavailable counter. I know. I was just like, I missed out on so much. Take a screenshot. It's beneficial because it has all of the benefits. Elizabeth, yes.
And all of those things. But type 2 collagen also gives you the joint support, the joint benefits, whereas types 1 and 3 do not. So are you ready? Little bit of a drum roll here. That snow collagen contains hydrolyzed type 2 chicken collagen. So
Not that I think my channel is anything really on Nueva's radar other than them trying to take my videos down. That being said, and I know this decision was probably made before my channel even made it on the scene, but the fact that they are using chicken collagen, I've never felt more on brand than I do at this very moment. That not only are we reacting to multi-level marketing fuckery, but our chicken nugget staff is talking about chicken collagen. Honestly, I'm a little bit nervous to react to Nueva, but I'm also incredibly happy right now. Chicken collagen! It's their snow collagen, coconuts. Yikes, Nueva isn't vegan friendly, confirmed. You want to hear my grumpy conspiracy theory? My grumpy conspiracy theory is that chicken collagen is cheap. It's one of the cheaper ways to, and I could be wrong. Well, I haven't listened to this. It's one potentially of the animals that they were trying to figure out a way to what to do with the parts of the collagen, or make more parts of the chicken money makers. And then they said, oh my God, chicken collagen. Now we just have to get someone to sell it for us. Who better than a multi-level marketing company? I know that's not exactly what happened, and that's probably not even close to what happened, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Amy, I love it. Nueva is, in fact, not vegan-free. Way to exclude vegans, Nueva. Vegans against multi-level marketing. Play.
So with that exciting announcement, we're going to talk bioavailability here in just a second. I want to bring on Dr. Carrie Carda.
Also, her mouth was off. You know how the sound's a little bit not lined up with her mouth? That happened at the beginning. I'm not spending any extra time to help them look better than they already do. Also, Margie, get a ring light. Even though I look like a snow chicken collagen, I still love myself. Oh my God, yes. Even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget, I still love myself. How the fuck did we end up talking about a health and wellness MLM simultaneously with talking about chickens? I don't know. We're in heaven. It's a magical delight. Maybe we're in nugget purgatory. We could also be there. What did Lando? Oh, Rando, sorry. I was thinking Lando Calrissian for a second, but my bad. 3,000 milligrams of chicken collagen on Amazon equals $21. So my theory that it's cheap as hell potentially plays out with them deciding, oh yeah, chicken collagen, the snow collagen we've all been waiting for. Yes? I want to do a shot every time they bring up bioavailability.
She is such an expert. I absolutely love working.
That's Dr. Carrie Carda. She is a public figure. She's been on interviews all over the internet. She is, when you type in Dr. Carrie Carda, her website comes up. Public figures. Margie Aliprandi, public figure. All the people in Nueva, public figures. Warning people about potential pyramid schemes. Consumer protection falls under fair use. Yes, collagen isn't generally vegan or vegetarian since it's an animal protein. Yeah. Do they make like a synthetic collagen that's vegan friendly? I can't find anything that's saying that chicken is sometimes a source for snow collagen. How the turntables have turned, Rando. Carrie?
Carrie? Can I ask you a question? Why are you in the fucking car? How is this professional? Carrie? Hello? You know what this reminds me of? You know when you can do the voice recordings, people, what's it called? You do the voice recordings for someone. Cameo. You know, when we could get we could get Olivia Benson to say, you know, Law and Order against multi-level marketing. I know I sound like Baby Stark. That's what this feels like. It feels like they got Dr. Carrie Sarah to do a cameo supporting multi-level marketing. I don't know, public enemy number one, Nueva, aka Make Wellness Jr. And she decided to do it from her vehicle. I'm gonna go with that.
She is a big proponent of peptides. She talked about that on one of the interviews she did, I think with the organization that gave her her certification for peptide stuff. And yes, she is a medical doctor. She is an OBGYN, or she was. And now she does stuff in the functional wellness space. Collagen, not colleges. Oh my God, yes.
With her. She's a board certified OBGYN. She's completed 2 master's programs in regenerative medicine at the University of South Florida and Georgetown University School of Medicine. Her emphasis is on nutritional supplementation, diet, lifestyle, peptides, and function.
Carrie looks like she is irritated about being here, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Dr. Sarah. Please hold. I'm having a panic moment about Carda. Sarda? Sorry. I keep saying Sarah. Sarda. It's spelled C-A-R-D-A, but the C is like an S. Sorry.
medicines. She has for over 25 years been formulating products, teaching, lecturing, and treating patients around the globe. She is the National Medical Director for Health Systems, which was co-founded by Gary Brecka and Brandon Dawson. So she
could be an authority figure. Dr. Carrie Carda could be, but I don't think she's an authority in the industry on peptides. I don't think she's an authority in the industry on collagen. She's an OBGYN. No shade. We loved our doctors. We love our ethical doctors. I wonder if this is an appeal to authority, because it's not necessarily someone who's an authority on peptides, collagen. I'm saying the top people. I'm just going to go with it. We're just going to play all the fallacies tonight. What is the appeal to authority fallacy, or illegitimate authority? Arguing that something must be true because a famous person said it, even if they aren't really an expert on the matter. For example, a celebrity raves about an MLM product, so it must be a golden ticket to success. And the reason I'm saying it's an appeal to authority is because Dr. Carrie Carda is with a lot of celebrities talking about her functional wellness, and she's a medical doctor, she's an OBGYN. They're using her credentials to fill in potholes of science that their products have, in my opinion. And that's still appeal to authority. I literally put bones and stuff in the freezer to make jiggly stock. I love that. Just because the products work doesn't mean this isn't a scam. And are they making structure function claims they're not allowed to make because it's a supplement? Yes, you can make certain claims about collagen, but you can't then say, hey, my product, Snow, Collagen, Super, whatever it's called, you can't say it does all this stuff. You can say the collagen inside this can improve your hair or whatever, your skin, your joints, whatever all the things are. You have to be very careful. The reason it's not prescribed is because it's a supplement, and there's not as much regulation, but the rules are can't make structure function claims using you can't do that talking about supplements. My primary care practitioner once told me that medical doctors get involved in these functional health products because their revenues aren't limited by insurance caps, since insurance doesn't cover stuff like this. That is a very interesting thought. Also, I just realized your username, Linfomercial? Oh my God, that's incredible. Oh my God, I love that so much. Linfomercial? I am not going to be able to call you Lynn. I will forever call you Linfomercial, okay? I think there's value in functional medicine, meaning having other care that supplements science-based, tried and true, tested avenues of care. You can do whatever you want. You should have full autonomy over your body. When they do this, when they take someone who is a medical doctor, someone who has a lot of certifications, someone who has a degree that's meaningful, is in an authority position that people listen to, you can get twisty by saying, oh my God, we are doing this interview with this doctor, and the whole unspoken deal is we're on the Zoom call together, and of course that means that Carrie's putting her stamp of approval on our product when maybe she's only putting her stamp of approval on peptides. We don't know. Tell your teen daughter. Kudos. I don't know. I'm probably old as shit. Just give her all the kudos for me. Tell her bless her bless her mind, because we're appreciating that so much. We all bow to the genius of your teen daughter, Lymphomercial. Yes. If only we had more regulations, of course, that's not going to happen. I think we have to think about this too. What organizations are going to be in charge of enforcing regulations? The FTC is already too small. I don't know what department of the FDA looks at supplement stuff and enforces that. Those organizations are small. Maybe smaller than they should be because fuckery's afoot. Does having more regulations also increase the organizations that are going to be able to slap people who are breaking the rules? And I think that's one of the issues. There's not enough people to say, hey, this isn't okay and you're going to get in trouble for it. This isn't okay and you're going to get in trouble for it. Hey, this isn't okay, and maybe one of the rules is you break the structure function rule, you get terminated from your MLM. And you start getting terminated whenever you break the rules. I don't know what it looks like, but it has to be the enforcement issues, in my opinion, one of the big issues. Screams in American healthcare is a capitalist hellscape. It's a perfect setup to gain leverage over people. For sure. For sure. Good night, Mix.
Brings a lot of experience to the table. Dr. Sarda, welcome. We need you to unmute. There we go. Nope. Unmute. There we go. Can you hear me? Nope. You're muted again. Let's see.
Oh, this is
How
awkward.
about that?
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right.
Yeah, my PCP who retired, we did the blood panel and then he recommended some supplements, but it wasn't supplements he sold. He said you can get a really good price at HEB. You can get a really good price at whatever, a grocery store. You're looking for it to say this. That's it. Okay, cool. Thanks so much. I'm reading something by Rando. Kava kava is a plant used for a calming drink like alcohol. Pacific Islanders have made it for a long time. But when it gained wider popularity, the companies used the toxic leaves instead of the root. This can kill people. Having the right version of a thing is important. Good point. We don't know what Nueva's collagen is like, even if collagen were proven to be magic. Great point. Great point.
Hey, my goodness. Thank you guys for waiting on me today. I really appreciate that. Sorry for the delay, but that is a very nice intro, Margie, and I'm very happy to introduce this new product. You know, last week we had the excitement of hydrogen water and our nitric oxide combo. So this week we're moving on and helping the body. So I think a lot of people hear the word collagen all the time. And I think that they don't realize that we have 28 types of collagen in our body, but you are right. It's that number 2 that is the big guy. That's where you get internal structure, internal strength. You do get the great benefits of the hair and the skin and the nails and wrinkles and what you commonly think of collagen. But if we really, really want to get to what is collagen, why you need collagen, it is purely to hold us together. It is our structure. It is what keeps our tensegrity. In other words, our whole body connected from head to toe. And you just can't do it without collagen. And like you said, unfortunately, we lose our collagen. We literally just don't make as much. And we also wear out what we have. The type 2, I think, I don't know if everyone really understands that word hydrolyze. Hydrolyze means something that is broken down to very small form, but it's broken down enzymatically or chemically or so when we're talking about our type 2, it's the sternum of the chicken where we're getting it from. So our type 2 collagen is hydrolyzed or broken down.
Team, squirrels, countrymen, lend me your ears. So the chicken sternum, something that they can easily access, because like let's say you're not selling a whole chicken. Let's say you're cutting up a chicken for the legs and chicken breast and the chicken legs, whatever. The sternum is one that you're probably throwing out. I wonder how much it costs to buy chicken sternums in bulk, because it seems like it's pretty cheap to do that. What's the most effective number 2 collagen source? Oh, it is chicken or bone. For type 2 collagen, which is beneficial for joint health, the most effective source is often considered to be chicken cartilage or bone. Some collagen type 2 supplements are also derived from shark cartilage. These are commonly used in collagen supplements and are rich in type 2 collagen, which is a major component of cartilage. Some supplements may include cow collagen as a source of type 2. It's important to note that hydrolyzed collagen, which is broken down into peptides, may not have the same immunological effects as undenatured collagen, also called raw collagen. So the collagen from Nueva is not the undenatured collagen. Let's see what the cheapest number 2. You can get collagen 40 milligrams, 60 small capsules of type 2 for $12.75. You can get chicken collagen for a 2.5 pound bag for $33. You can... Thorne has, I think, chicken collagen. Carlisle chicken sternum cartilage collagen capsules. Boy, you just went for it. $21. Chicken sternum collagen type 2, 3,000 milligrams per serving, $30. How much is it going to be at Nueva? Replay crew, live chat. How much do y'all think it's going to be at Nueva? I'm going to guess $89. No, that's the price that's going to be the Hydra shot. I'm going to guess $119.95 for chicken collagen. That's what I'm going to guess. There's Better Than Bouillon vegetarian chicken flavor that does a pretty good soup dupe. Oh, cool. Bless y'all in your in the technical difficulties of y'all's homes. Being out without a dishwasher sounds awful. What in the collagen? Yes. Oh, hey, peptides. Amy said, oh, hey, peptides. And then the next comment was Amy saying, fuck my life.
And put.
If you're just joining us, Carrie, Dr. Ma'am, over there, part of the 10X medical group that Grant Cardone has started. Twisty as hell. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Also, if you know anything about Scientology, their whole goal is to get, well, multi-level marketing, but that set aside, they want celebrities to be a part of their organization to help bring in other celebrities and then to help bring in people because they want as much money coming through as possible, in my opinion. And Grant Cardone, being a Scientologist, this could be like logical fallacy, but this is my brain. Grant Cardone, being a part of Scientology, has that same understanding or that same marketing mind, has this Dr. Carrie Carda on his team, And Dr. Carrie works with a bunch of celebrities. Isn't that a little bit similar? And I guess that's a marketing model in general, but it's extra twisty because you have Dr. Carrie posting about all of her connections with all these celebrities to boost up 10X, to boost up potentially Nueva. I just have I'm twitching a little bit in conspiracy theory, but I have a lot of questions and I have a lot of caution listening to this.
In the products. It's a very nice, clean process. There's lots of clinical data out there. Again, what I love so much about the company is it's very clinically based. It's very what we know works. We've been studying collagen for decades, and we know that although you see a lot of the type 1 and type 3 around, I kind of explain to my patients that's sometimes a little more fluff. It's more external, which is great. But why do we not go for the internal? Let's go for strength on the inside so we can be stronger on the outside.
Well, and
let's go for strength on the inside so we can be stronger on the outside. I mean, that sounds nice. She was mentioning clinical studies earlier, but where's the... I don't know. Where's the all the clinical studies? Potential pseudo fuckery? Maybe we say pseudo fuckery whenever it's like, we're not sure if it's exactly pseudoscience, but something is amok. Misusing internal strength. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, sciencey people. It seems like misstating whatever internal strength as a measurable health benefit is maybe is good for a sales pitch, but isn't ethical for a sales pitch. I don't know. Yes, there's also an appeal to nature. Her talking about clean. Let's go. We're just going to do all the fallacies. Appeal to nature. Let's go. What is the appeal to nature fallacy? Arguing that something is good or safe simply because it's natural. For example, this all-natural supplement is guaranteed to make you rich, while ignoring proper testing. I say this when she's talking about, she's throwing those words in. Our product is good because it's natural. She's leaving a lot to be assumed by the person watching this. If this video gets taken down tomorrow, I'm going to lose my shit. I don't know. The clean stuff, I'm not here for it. I don't know. Oh my God. Do we need a fallacy Friday moment? Yeah. Okay. Done. Taking a screenshot. Oracle Cat. Let's go.
And how beautiful that type 2 gives you type 1 and 3 benefits, right? Like with type 2, you get it all. With types 1 and 3, you'll
Absolutely.
get fit, but you won't get that joint support, which I think is just so critical. And I really love what you explained about bioavailability because
Oh my
collagen's a very
God.
large.
Bioavailability. Said it again. Is this going to be our next pyramid pop? Hold on. We need to find out how many times she says this. Squirrel trail. I'm going to pull up her. I'm going to pull up her transcript. And find bio. Oh no, she doesn't say it that much. She only says it 4 times. Dang it. I wish she had said it more like 13 times. She says bio 13 times, so bioavailability, bioavailability, bioavailable. Okay. Bioavailability. No, probiotic, microbiome. probiotic microbiome, biotoxins, probiotics, biotoxin, bioavailability. All right, we'll have to look at it. I thought there was going to be more. We only got 3 sips in.
Molecule. And this next ingredient that we're going to talk about that I think makes this product so incredibly stellar, it's about the body. When we say bioavailable and hydrolyte, thank you so much for explaining that. We're talking about the body's ability to have the molecular weight be small enough that it can absorb it, or that the body can recognize it.
Mary Young, is that you? One of the things that Mary Young, or what Gary Young, or whatever they say, is that when you do a topical application of essential oils, it gets into your bloodstream and whatever, however many seconds or less, and then your body knows what to do with it because the molecules are so small in the essential oils because of how it's distilled. I don't know. I feel like I dumped all that information because I knew it was bullshit, and now I can't. And now I cannot think correctly. Let me just look. Let me just double check. How small molecules your body can absorb and use them? That doesn't sound right, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is right. I've been surprised by the chicken answer today. Yes, molecule size. Amy said WTF is a biotoxin. Small molecules like glucose, amino acids, and certain drugs can pass through the gut lining more easily. These can be absorbed directly into the bloodstream, especially if they're water soluble. Cool. Small doesn't always mean effective. Some MLMs, or supplement companies hype up small molecule or nano formulas like it's magic, when really size is only one part of the bioavailability equation. Let's go. Even small molecules can be broken down, deactivated, or excreted before they do anything useful. Peptides, oral peptides, can you come to the front of the grocery store? Even small molecules can be broken down. We already said that. Some need a carrier or transporter or must be converted into usable form in the liver or gut. Oversimplification. I think. Smaller doesn't mean effective. Smaller doesn't mean that, again, it's not going to be neutralized, whatever. It's not going to be effective in your body for the claims just because it's small, right? I love that we are learning together. I don't know if this is learning, but it's definitely holy shit, and then waiting for the sciencey people in the chat to go, you were so close, EJ, but wrong.
Right? And so those are
Hello.
huge considerations. And
Anti-MLM. Greetings. Salutations. We're working on getting another video struck by Nueva. Just kidding. Don't you want to learn about snow collagen and the chicken sternum #2 collagen that's going to fix all the things? And how our Dr. Carrie Carda is using her position as a medical doctor to, I don't know, teach us bullshit? Just poured myself a kava seltzer. Let's go, Melissa. We're learning from each other. Yeah, there are specific chemical properties along with size that have to be taken into account to actually be bioavailable. Drug development, yes.
the reason that this product is called Snow Collagen is because of a very special mushroom that's called tremula. So tremula.
I thought they were going to say something else. I don't know anything. I mean, my limited knowledge of things, when I have watched Criminal Minds or Law and Order, not the SVU one, but the other one, and I've just generally been, and I'm not going to say I learned everything from TV, but isn't snow another word for something else drug related? The reason I ask that is, why in the hell would you name a product that when the first thing that your naive autistic MLM dropout, the first thing I think of is something you don't want to associate your supplement with, I think. I thought she was going to say something like a snow cap mushroom or a snow something mushroom, and it's not. It's not. Medicinal mushrooms are amazing when used correctly. Agree. Abby's helping me out. Ginger's helping me out. I'm just going to say. I'm just double checking that I'm about to. Oh, God. Anti-MLM. This is the most appropriate, like, safe description so I don't get my YouTube channel slapped. Anti-MLM said, snow is indeed used for 80s party favors. Mm-hmm. Yes, Savannah, yes. They are indeed. Yes, all the things. Maybe for the shock factor. I get when you want to shock us the first time, maybe the second time. Maybe if there's like a waiting period of like, oh, you have shock marketing, like Aaron talks about. This is like shock after shock after shock. And then right after Margie missaid the name this morning on this stream, I think they need to slow down a little bit. We are on 100K watch for Savannah. Savannah's at like 96 or 97-ish. I'm 64. Been there, done that. Oh my God. Okay. Trying to move all this shit over. All right.
Mushroom has, or it's sometimes called snow mushroom, has.
Oh, why didn't you lead with that? Margie, do you not know anything about marketing? Oh, wait, you said you were an incredible #1 team person, in Modere. You're not going to lead with the snow mushroom? Just redirect our brains right from the start, because now that you said, here's the scientific name for the mushroom, we're going to say, why did you name that? It's solidified that 80s party favor is whatever, our association with your product. And then you say, oh yeah, by the way, it's also called the snow mushroom. Okay.
Has been used for centuries medicinally in Chinese medicine. And here's the cool thing about it, since we're talking bioavailability, it's a very small molecule. And like hyaluronic acid, if people are familiar with hyaluronic acid, tremula, the mushroom, snow mushroom, has the ability to bind water.
I did pass up on this screenshot earlier. I don't know if she's saying, I think it's tremella. It's not tremula. It's tremella. Only reason I'm going to die on this hill. Nueve is not Nueva. I mean, if you're gonna hold on to that name, you better say it correctly till the end of time, because Google's gonna slap you hard. That's all I'm gonna say, metaphorically. Tremella mushroom, also called the snow mushroom. It's called Tremella fuciformis or fusiformis, whatever you say it. Snow mushroom is a jelly-like fungus traditionally used in Chinese medicine and cuisine. You get it. Skin hydration, lung health, longevity. So weren't we supposed to be talking about the snow collagen? Who knows? Not me.
to it. So it can like 500 times as much water per one molecule. So the plumping benefit and the deep hydration of this incredible mushroom is like, it's very, very pronounced. So
For topical application, are you saying that ingesting it is going to give you like a plumping effect? Because it sounds like that would be a topical side effect, a topical characteristic of the tremella mushroom. So, snow mushroom may aid in hydration in topical skincare, right? But, like, are we going to say, oh yeah, collagen, tremella mushroom, you know, chicken sternum, it's going to do all the things. What is it? Are you sure? What is it going to do when you ingest it? That's unproven, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong multiple times today, so I could be wrong again. And I guess it helps Nueva if I'm wrong a lot, but I also admit when I'm wrong. You know, don't keep trying to shill the pseudoscience until the end of time. But mushrooms, I don't know. Some mushrooms, I'm sure, can aid in hydration. I don't know. Drink some water. Yeah, is it a topical thing or consumable thing? I think it's one of the ingredients on the snow. The snow. I can't even think of it. All I can think of is 80s party favor. Then I think snow mushroom. Then I think, oh yeah, it's snow collagen. I think the mushroom's in the collagen. Fun fact, that's why people who get hyaluronic acid-based fillers get pillow face, because it migrates and attracts water over time. Melissa, I love that. Boy, if it's tremella. I love eating it in dessert soup, though. Yeah, it is tremella. Foong, it is tremella. Tell us everything. I'm learning as I'm going, and I should have maybe watched this before I started this stream.
molecular weight matters. This polysaccharide is a very, very small molecule, and so readily received. So the mushroom extract works on the surface, but it also works at the cellular level, drawing moisture into the skin, while the collagen, this is the great duo, right? While the collagen reinforces the skin structure, the elasticity, and the firmness from within, right? This is all about.
Never mind. Forget it. I don't even know what to say. Let's not forget they are making this MLM as they go and probably don't even know. Andrea? That's a great point. Molecular weight matters, so does polarity. Yeah, they seem to forget some of the extra stuff that adds context and how all the process things work. Topical collagen isn't as effective as consumable collagen. Yes, theirs is consumable. You're going to be taking that chicken sternum internally. And we have found out, good job, Nueva, or Nueve, whatever Margie said. I know it's Nueva. Chicken collagen is the best source for type 2 collagen, which is, I guess, what you want if you're going to be ingesting collagen. And there's also really inexpensive options for chicken sternum collagen online. Very affordable, very demure.
Beauty from the inside out. So the other thing, Dr. Sarda, that I was kind of blown away by are all of the broad spectrum benefits. Now, I have to mention that in this formula, as with all of our formulas, we use the researched amount based on efficacy. Okay, that's a long way of saying that there are.
Cite your damn sources, Margie. I'm not cussing at you. I'm cussing at the audacity. I'm cussing at the frustration that your pitch, I don't know, destroys my soul with. Margie? How hard is it for you to say, oh my God, here, I'm going to do this video with a doctor, but I'm going to forget to cite my sources. Hello? Oh, we can't tell you what sources that we're citing because you're going to try to trademark whatever we're trying to trademark. Ma'am, there's so much bullshit going on, honestly. Amy, I think more importantly, microphones are a thing. And I don't know if they're doing it to purposefully piss off anti-MLM, but the amount of lack of microphones, Ray Higdon has finally fixed his microphone, but I don't think had turned it on for the first several live streams when he got his microphone. And John and Nadia Melton, I'm not sure if they had their microphone on the other day when I was watching one of their Zoom calls. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they actually listen to themselves back or if they just think, wow, I'm incredible. People showed up to my call and I hope they learned something from it. You could learn something from it if you listened to your audio back and said, huh, I wonder why it sounds so echoey. Why does that sound echoey, John? Get some curtains, get some soundproofing, or get a better microphone where you don't need that stuff. I don't know. Do something, dude. Do something. It's like First Lady is borrowing authority by having a doctor in the phone, a friend spot. Yes, Elizabeth.
Clinical studies about ingredients. We use enough.
Amy brings up a good point, as always. Amy said, okay, but sometimes studies use much higher doses than would be normally consumed to test certain things. Apparently not meaningful or helpful information, Amy. They don't give a shit. They're just like, oh my God, you know what? Our information is in this study and you don't need to read it. Just know that it's there. And if you do have to read it, just read the abstract. You don't really need to know how we actually got to the information or if the information is actually applicable or supports what I'm saying. Just trust us. And then people get into trouble. I'm no expert or doctor, but I do know it tastes good, the tremella mushroom. And it's used a lot in traditional medicine because of its high polysaccharide content, which would theoretically help with collagen absorption. That's awesome, Foon. If you could describe the flavor, what would you describe the tremella mushroom to be? I know there's a lot of mushroom fans in the chat. However, there's so many mays and ifs when it comes to its scientifically documented benefits that people rarely think about it much, in my opinion. Oh, Andrea. Oh, that makes so much sense. It's a requirement to be a CEO or owner of an MLM to have bad audio. Oh, that makes so much sense, John. And all y'all, Nueva 9. That makes so much sense. Never mind. Continue on. Have awful microphones.
Of it that you can get the benefit that those studies indicate you can get. So
is there a illegitimate authority? No. Is there a borrowed authority? They I know have appeal to authority. There's an illegitimate authority one. I think. Appeal to illegitimate authority. I think that is the appeal to authority. Hold on. People, tradition, martyrdom. Authority. I thought that there was an illegitimate one. Maybe that's appeal to authority. Maybe that's what it is. That was probably in the same deal as appeal to authority. Exigency, false dilemma, false equivalence. Okay, we'll keep going. Let me look.
I'm going to pass this to you now because as I was studying this a little bit earlier, anti-aging, this is all this, amazing snow mushroom, right? Anti-aging, UV protection, immune system support. It's a very powerful antioxidant. It also helps support the body in healthy inflammatory response. It supports heart health, helps to regulate blood sugar already in the normal range, and it supports brain and cognition.
Those are all, a lot of those are structure function. You cannot say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. What y'all can do if you want to is get me off an odd number on my likes. I'm at 87, and if you are new here, my love of odd numbers is very small. It is very, very small. If I have to like an odd number, it would be the number 5. My favorite number of all time is 606. Vaguely sweet flavor even after boiling it with rock sugar. Interesting. So do you like it more for the texture, Foong? Hi, Tori. Yes, Catherine. They have to at least do some of their Zoom streams in a car. Probably with no lights on at night. I don't even know.
So tell us a little bit about all of that. What
Absolutely.
It's
So
only 8 ingredients, right? And it's doing
right. No, we love mushroom medicine. We love Ayurvedic medicine. And we know that because they do so many things. Remember,
Do y'all know what Ayurvedic? I'm probably mispronouncing it. I'm going to read us a definition. Ayurvedic. Here's a quick breakdown. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic is a traditional system of medicine from India dating back over 3,000 years. The words comes from Sanskrit, Ayur, life, Veda, knowledge. So Ayurveda, knowledge of life, Ayurvedic medicine. Focuses on balance between body, mind, and spirit. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, energetic forces said to govern your health. Treats disease by restoring this balance through herbal remedies, dietary changes, meditation and yoga, massage and detox. Modern concerns. Some Ayurvedic remedies are supported by early research, especially herbs like ashwagandha or turmeric. But many products sold as Ayurvedic are not clinically tested, may contain heavy metals like lead or mercury, get co-opted by MLMs, and wellness influencers as vague ancient wisdom. Yeah, I'm not here to trash like any types of medicine. I'm just trying to say you deserve to be able to research what you want to do and make sure that we're not accepting knowledge from someone because of there's some quote-unquote authority figure that they're not actually, or they're saying, hey, this is supported by science when it's actually not. It's more of a texture thing. Okay. Is there an appeal to exorcism? Exodism. Oh, exoticism. I can't read. Because I feel like that's what it is. We use this Asian ingredient with mysterious health benefits, and that's why you should trust it because it's exotic and new. I'm trying to think if one of mine is like that, but yes, that sounds like it. Nick, welcome. Nick just joined the chat. If you're just listening, Nick said, Snow Collagen, what fresh hell is this? It's the freshest, most youthful skinned hell that we could ever hope for, Nick. The chicken sternum is chicken sternuming, and the chicken nuggets are chicken nuggeting.
this again is the whole premise of the product is strength from inside out. Right. And we can do that. We know this mushroom, for instance, with its neuroprotection and brain health, you're going to have better focus, help with improved clarity, help improve memory. You know, a lot of cognitive benefits.
Better sleep, better skin, better mood, better energy, better focus, better digestion, better fat loss. Oh, wait, that's the wrong MLM. Sorry.
Are going to come from this. This is not just about beauty and wrinkles. The immune system, because it has what's called beta glucans in it, it's a real immune system booster. And with the fact that it can help us with our oxidative stress. And
I hear somebody's like wind chime going, or like Margie forgot to put her do not disturb on. I don't know.
When we talk about immune system, we're talking about oxidative stress. So cellular waste, right? Every time you have any action with a
Yes.
cell, there's going to be waste. And that's what oxidative stress is, just in simple
Oh, no.
terms. And we have to soak that up, and we have to eliminate it, get rid of it. We have to recycle it. And that's what this antioxidant in the tremula will do. Gut health, big in gut health, because tremula is a polysaccharide. So that just means a whole bunch.
Tremella, no? Or is it tremula? Tremella? My auditory is not the best. My auditory absorption, y'all know. There have been several times where I'm like, what is this? And they're like, she said it like 10 minutes ago. Is it tremella or no? Chicken sterno what? This is the posterius of Fusterclux. These are just words.
Bunch of little carbohydrates.
Amy, did you ever think that outside of academia, the MLM world was going to be this twisty? Because I could imagine it's delightful to be around science-focused, science-founded individuals. Because out here in the MLM Wild West, it's awful.
Hydrate rings, little carbohydrates put together. The gut loves it. It'll act as a prebiotic. Our gut needs those carbohydrates. It needs to feed our good gut microbiome. Our good gut,
Oh my
our
God.
gut bacteria is another way to say that. And so these polysaccharides, or this tremula, will feed our gut and keep it healthy. It will definitely help us when we're talking about a need for an anti-inflammatory effect. And we know inflammation is linked to so many diseases, right? There's really not any disease that its original root cause is not steeped in inflammation.
Chronic inflammation, your body does have some type of... what am I trying to say? Your body does... Like, inflammation happens. I'm like, oh, should I have to pull up all my notes for this? Oh my God. They're trying to scare the shit out of you without the context of chronic inflammation's the issue. Inflammation is normal. From what I understand, it's normal, right? Acute inflammation is your body's way of protecting and healing. It fights off infections, it repairs damaged tissue, it sends immune cells to the right spot. Example. Explain it to me like I'm in 5th grade. You cut your finger, it gets red, swollen, and warm. That's inflammation doing its job to heal you. When it's a problem, chronic inflammation is what gets messy. It sticks around too long. It can damage tissues or organs. It's linked to issues like heart disease, arthritis, and autoimmune disorders. And what we literally just heard, they were like, inflammation is the root of all diseases. This supplement eliminates it. A one-size-fits-all myth, right? Right. It's a twisty oversimplification with no nuance and not accurate. You say it like she does? Oh my God. I wish I could pronounce things the correct way. Tremula? I'm just like, oh, there's E's and there's L's, and I want to say tremella. Definitely, I have a friend who grew up poor and isolated, so when bone broth became popular, they thought, oh, cool, what a convenience, unaware that people like these huns say it's a miracle cure. Okay, Amy, thanks for hanging out.
So we always have to work on our products.
You don't want zero inflammation. If someone like is in your DMs and they're like, oh my God, inflammation, you don't want zero inflammation. I don't want zero inflammation. Oh my God, what? Regulated response is what you want. Not an overactive one. Not a suppressed one.
having that in mind
Right,
with,
Melissa?
with a help and a support and an anti-inflammatory effect, especially because
It's a horrendous oversimplification, Amy says. Yes, chronic inflammation underlies a lot of diseases, but not all of them. And they're not making any distinction about acute or chronic inflammation. They've just said inflammation. Because if they made a distinction, that would invite someone's critical thinking cap to turn on and say, okay, but which one does this help with? Is this helping with something that falls under the acute or chronic? We don't know. They're not going to tell us. Mother trucker. Apologies. Please hold. I'm going to let it play for a second.
remember, we're focusing again on joints, internal organs, bones, ligaments, tendons, and then out to the skin and the nails and the hair and the wrinkles, after that as well. So the
wrinkles, those pesky wrinkles. I know if you don't like wrinkles, that's cool. Every MLM is like, oh my God, super healthy product that's going to help fix stuff. But by the way, we actually only really care about what you look like on the outside. When we first heard that the Margie was talking about in one of the earlier Zoom calls, they want you to look good, they want you to feel good. No, they want you to look good, and then they want you to have the good stuff going on, and then you'll feel good or something like that. The aesthetics were the first like goal that they were hitting, that were wanting to hit with Nueva. I'm trying to fix my life. Camera. We're back.
The secret is, what you have to realize is these cells need to be plump. They need to be hydrated. That's why hyaluronic acid and things like that work so well. That's why tremula, which mimics the same elastic.
Okay, I apologize, Margie. Margie fans, Dr. Carrie fans, I apologize. I was confused about the pronunciation. I don't know why it's spelled tremella with an E when it's tremula. I don't understand. That's okay. I don't have to understand. Oh, God. All right.
Elasticity and the same hydration as something like a hyaluronic acid. We want our cells plump because that's how they talk to each other. And that is.
We want our cells plump. Okay. Do body talk to each other better? This is so twisty. Do the cells in our body talk to each other better when they are plump? Not exactly. And definitely not in the way MLM reps claim. Yes, they do talk to each other. Cells communicate constantly. We all knew that. Chemical signals, direct contact, electrical signals. Chemical signals would be something like hormones, neurotransmitters, and cytokines. Direct contact through receptor proteins, and the electrical signals like nerves and in some tissues like nerves in the heart. What about plump cells? When your cells are hydrated and plump, they communicate better. It's, again, probably what Amy would say is a oversimplification, but I'm sure that's going to be better said by Amy. But hydration is important for cell function. Plumpness isn't a medical measurement of cell health or communication. Cells don't get better at talking just because they're full of water like a tiny water balloon. Imagine Dorothy Parker's takedown of MLMs in the New Yorker. It sounds sciencey but means almost nothing. Is not supported by peer-reviewed research, often used to sell collagen, mushroom, or electrolyte supplements. Hey, Vanessa. Howdy, hey. Proper hydration helps cells maintain their structure and function, but plump cells don't send clearer DMs to each other. They don't send clear messages to each other. Got it. Communication depends on receptor health, signaling pathways, and nutrient availability, not just squish factor. But not like they're talking about. I love how like the wrinkles come up so much. You know, this isn't about beauty and wrinkles. And yet sometimes, I guess all the time in all these health and wellness, it always comes up. It always comes back to vanity metrics. Collagen does not equal full body anti-aging serum solutions. It doesn't. And you don't want plump red blood cells. That's even better. Amy said, and if you're listening to this on the replay crew, wait for the live chat to populate and open it up, turn to all chat or whatever, and then as you're watching this part, you can see what what the chatters are saying. Amy said cells have specific structures. Some may need to be plump and some don't. And you don't want plump red blood cells. Good to know. Drink your water, take your meds. Don't forget.
The secret of the skin-gut connection is what these cells can connect to each other when they are hydrated. It's actually pretty simple. Dehydrated cells don't talk to each other. Hydrated cells, they're nice, they're full, they're plump. They can pass on information to each other. And we're just one big cellular information system that we have to keep healthy. We have to keep strong with our structure. We have to keep hydrated.
Do you think this look on Margie's face is, I hope someone doesn't leak this to the internet for people to whistleblow on all of the claims we're not allowed to make according to the FTC because they're deceptive, or the FDA because they're supplements? Because that's what I imagine. The few frames before this. Consumer protection, fair use.
Hydrated and plump, and we have to keep that good gut brain.
Water intoxication is because of plump cells bursting. Too much of the sciencey stuff here. Broken Waffle said, this is gibberish. It's basically 10th grade biology, what cells do or do not do. I'm thinking of that song, Do Not Tell Me What I Can or Cannot. Do not tell me what I can or cannot do when I rock. What song is that? Hold on. Do not tell me what I can and cannot do when I rock by John. Oh, this is an old Christian song from 2000, 25 years ago. Oh my God, I'm old as shit. But that's what it reminded me of. Oh God.
Skin barrier all intact. So it's so much more. Collagen is just, I think in general, collagen is one of the most underestimated and understood supplements because it affects everything. And I think it kind of gets put off to, oh, I have wrinkles kind of thing. I just don't want anyone to think that at all. That the ingredients that have been put together for this product are phenomenal. They are so...
Too bad everyone in Nueva is too worried about what they look like in the mirror than they do about using ethical sales pitches or actually sharing about the entirety of what the product is quote unquote going to help with, because it's wrinkles or nothing. The intention there is for the audience not to understand half the stuff that's being said. They can't disprove it, so it must be true. This is a fallacy. Yep. 100%. Appeal to ignorance. I was like, what is that name? Obviously, like, it is in the title. Appeal to ignorance. What is the appeal to ignorance fallacy, or argument from ignorance? claiming something is true simply because it hasn't been proven false or vice versa. For example, nobody can prove our MLM won't work, so it must be the next big thing. This can be for sciencey stuff too.
Steeped in internal, deep inside health going out.
Beautiful, beautiful. So the fact that it impacts hormonal balance, I found that
Just as a reminder, from what I understand, because I'm not in this group, because these things just get leaked. Thank you. You know who you are. Everyone is allowed to add people into this group because it's an ad tag message group. It's an information funnel group where you give information and you funnel people into the rep group. These, from what I understand, these are out there, and every single leader in Nueva wants you to share this with as many people as possible so that more of the delightful sciencey information can get out there, and they're going to have bunches and bunches and bunches of reps behaving like customers. I mean, reps who are going to recruit customers to try the products. So they only care that this information is getting out when anti-MLM is sharing it, but they don't give a shit when their own people who already like Nueva are getting the information out. So where's the fairness there? MLMs make natural healing and herbal medicine look so bad. Yep. Yeah, no shade to that at all.
very interesting. Is that from the myo-inositol or inositol or
Inositol. So inositol is a great product. I use it all the time. So you will commonly hear it referred to as vitamin B8. And then they realized in the course of it that it's not really a vitamin. But if you hear vitamin B8, that's actually inositol. Myo-inositol is the most common form of it. So what myo-inositol and inositol do is they make the cells, if they're good and plump and they're good and healthy and nice good volume, they make the cellular receptors.
If you want to know the spelling, since I butchered every single pronunciation of everything this stream, which, you know, keeps me humble, inositol, whatever you said, inositol, sugar-like compound lumped into the B vitamin family. This doctor's saying it's not recognized as B8. Vitamin B8 is not recognized as a true vitamin. But if you hear it, it's talking about inositol. An older reference is adenylic acid, ADENYLIC, occasionally called B8 in outdated European systems, not commonly used or recognized in modern science. For the inositol, the most common, like the most recent one, plays a role in cell membrane signaling, fat metabolism, possible mental health, used in studies on anxiety, PCOS, etc., found in fruits, beans, and grains. So you're saying that I don't have to buy it from an MLM company? I wonder. I can find the links later.
More sensitive to receive in sugar and so glucose, right? And we run our cells off sugar. That's what we run off of. That's our gasoline, that's our energy, that's our ATP, but it starts there. But you also have to get it into the cell. And that's what myo-inositol and inositol do. They make more
Myo-inositol and inositol? I just don't know what they're talking about. Myo-inositol, MYO-inositol, is the most common form of inositol, a naturally occurring sugar alcohol. What kinds of inositol are there? There are 9 forms of inositol, but only 2 main ones get most of the attention in supplements and wellness marketing. Myo-inositol, what they're talking about here. There's D-Chiro. There's SCYLLO, MUCO, CIS, EPI, ALLO, NEO, L-Chiro. Most of those exist in tiny amounts in the body or nature, are mainly of research interest, not used in standard supplements, have no proven benefit in humans yet. Those are the 7. The myo makes up of 90% of the inositol found naturally in the body. It's insulin signaling. It's involved in insulin signaling. It's involved in cell membrane structure. It's involved in fertility and hormonal health, especially for PCOS, often sold alone or with D-chiro-inositol in a 40-to-1 ratio. So what you're telling me is you don't have to buy this from an MLM. D-chiro works alongside myo-inositol in insulin pathways, promotes glucose metabolism, and may help insulin resistance, may help ovarian function in PCOS. Too much D-chiro, which is a relative to myo-inositol, can actually impair ovarian response. Hence, the importance of the 40-to-1 ratio. That is why it's so fucking important to talk to your doctor, talk to your internist about stuff like this. You could listen to them and say like, oh my God, inositol, done deal. Look what it helps with. Oh, the ratios are super important. Oh, like it says may. It doesn't say like it actually has proven to do that. Oh, they're making it sound like it's a sure thing. Why are you being so twisty? I don't know why they're being twisty. I have no idea. I'm over it. Buy it in... Oh, sorry, I mean to yell. I have been putting inositol and myo-inositol in my coffee every morning for almost a year and buy it in a big container for like $30 off of Amazon. It lasts 4 months. But how are you going to grow a huge downline in a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme if you're buying it in such a big bottle that lasts you for months and months? I'm just being sarcastic. We run our cells off of glucose, specifically, not just sugar.
Think of it almost like a sponge, and they allow it to soak it up more. And things like inflammation and free radicals and oxidative stress, they clog up those receptors.
Oh my God.
Dehydration, a dehydrated cell, they clog up those receptors. So that's where you come in to better sugar response, therefore better hormone response. They're all very aligned together. And so something as simple as hydrating your cells, opening your cellular receptors up with inositol and myo-inositol, and you will allow you to have better sugar intake, better cellular function, better cellular energy, better hormone.
I'm not sure why they're saying inositol and myo-inositol because there's 9 forms of inositol and myo-inositol is one of them. So there's myo, there's D-chiro, silo, muco, cis, epi, allo, neo, L-chiro, 9. Why? I wish I was smarter. I don't understand.
Hormone production.
It's just so amazing. I learned something new in studying the science and a little bit more about the ingredients. Only
You're reading about the ingredients? Okay, never mind, sorry. Properly hydrate your cells. You don't need to plump them.
8 ingredients in this product, but I had never heard of the skin-gut axis. And I was talking
Oh my God, it's so incredible that I get to sell my shit talking about something I've never heard of before.
to some of my friends that are social marketers earlier today, and I
Good.
did just a quick search. So the skin gut, like we talk about brain and gut axis all the time as a communication pathway, but you just mentioned it also. This is what I saw
She mentioned it because you mentioned it earlier.
when I looked it up. So the gut and the skin are both important parts of the immune system. Changes in the gut microbiome can send signals to the immune system, which can affect skin inflammation and other immune responses, right?
Can I just redirect our attention back to the example from earlier when you cut your finger? Your skin or your body engages in acute inflammation to help heal your finger? No? Early research suggests that imbalances in the gut may influence inflammatory skin conditions like acne, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea. Suggests may... Okay, whatever. What's proven? Supported concepts are gut inflammation or dysbiosis. Microbiome imbalance may trigger or worsen some skin issues. May. Certain probiotics may help with acne or eczema in specific cases, but not all. Hey, guess what? Go to your dermatologist. Your gut literally talks to your skin and makes it glow. Nope. No. Fix your gut and wrinkles disappear. Also, no. Talk to your dermatologist. Wormhole v. skin-gut access. Okay. How do people in MLMs do this multiple times a week? I feel like I'm listening to a different language. Because they're roped in hoping that their commitment to being obedient and the best student possible is going to help them finally be able to make money in a multi-level marketing company. It's really twisty. It's super twisty.
Bacteria and other microorganisms in the gut can produce metabolites and toxins that can travel to the skin and contribute to skin conditions. So the gut-skin communication that happens through hormones such as cortisol or serotonin. I mean, this is a real thing. And this specific product, right now, so just like, let's recap for a quick minute. First of all, we've got a type 2 chicken collagen. We've got the tremula mushroom, which has...
Again, apologies, Margie and Dr. Carrie. I was pronouncing it wrong, although I am still having a tough time pronouncing it like y'all are because there's an E, but that's okay. Oh, that's cool, Denise. I'll have to read about it.
The ability to bind hydration, plump, it helped to increase or to support the lubricity within joints, like all the things. And then we also have this hormonal balance stuff going on, and we enhance the gut skin communication. Like I'm really excited to try this product. What do you want to add?
That's super cool. One of my advisors has actually written multiple papers about probiotics and wound healing. That's super cool. DC, you've been through it. If I may ask, is it tiring being on all these calls and getting preached at? Yeah, I get slimed. I followed a bunch of people on my other account, not YouTube, but on my other Instagram account. I follow a bunch of people who are in MLM. And I literally cannot stay on that account because the feed, you get slimed watching it. It's just about people saying, you're too fat. Here's a before and after. Take my supplement. Oh my God. Like, here's an income claim. Here's, oh yeah, you're too fat. Like, it's just Amare talking about weight. Modere before talking about weight. Prove It talking about weight. Like, they say, oh, better sleep, better mood, better focus, better energy, better digestion, better whatever, but it's really about fat loss, except it's not because it doesn't seem like the product actually does what they say it's going to do. Optavia. I think more so I know what it's like to have been in this and have to remember what it's like to be so committed that you're never going to miss a Zoom call. But also, what I wouldn't give to not have felt stuck when I was in, and being out of it makes looking at these Zoom calls feel different. But when I was in, these Zoom calls felt like if I was just a good enough student, if I was just a good enough team member, if I was just able to absorb the information in a way that where my attitude was right and I was studying and all this other stuff, that it was going to be a magical moment where everything was going to work. And unfortunately, the math doesn't lie. So, I mean, I sold a lot of product, but it doesn't flesh out like they say it's going to. And for y'all who haven't been in MLMs, this may sound, because you're already understanding that MLM is twisty, it's a high control group, in my opinion, it has destructive influence. You're like, oh my God, this feels like, what is going on? This doesn't feel good. Like, this science is twisty, this whatever. But if you've already bought into the science, if you've already bought into the team, if you've already bought into the I'm desperate, I need to be able to make money, whatever it is, you silence your guts and continue showing up on these calls, because obviously they know more than you do. Obviously, their plane of existence is more functional and effective than yours is, because they've already made money. But from the health and wellness perspective, being stuck and not having answers about stuff like your body, like your chronic illness, you will look for answers anywhere. And I'm not saying that there aren't some therapeutic solutions that can help you. For example, you may feel better if you're able to walk. It may have some relief for whatever it is. I'm not saying it does for everyone. I'm just saying you can believe that, and that can, oh my God, I'm really a proponent of this now. I've gotten this much percentage of relief from it, so I'm going to tell everybody about walking. Walking is not going to help everybody with everything, but you're trying to find any percentage that will get you closer to 100% health, and a lot of people think it's one pill that's going to fix everything, and it's not, and it's certainly not a supplement in an MLM, in my opinion. And if there's a supplement in an MLM that they're pushing, you can probably get it cheaper from someone else. Same advisor wrote a paper called The Glow of Health about probiotics in yogurt making mouse fur shinier, and she came up with a qualitative way to measure that. That's amazing, Amy. I'd love to. I'm going to have to look it up and read that. No one ever joins what they think is a cult, for sure. And actually, you'll find, I'm not saying I'm that person, but there's some really intelligent people who get talked into high control groups because they do not think that they are susceptible to that sales pitch. And so their guard is down. So if you think, oh, I'm smart, you're never going to find smart people who've signed up for a high control group. That's not what the data actually says. When I was in It Works, I'd ask my leader if she actually did make money, and she'd say yes, and I'd question if she was lying or not, since the day before she sent a podcast from Jessie Lee Ward about acting like you actually make the amount of money. Yeah, and Amy was saying that their professor did studies on some humans as well. Yes, you can be in a 1/1 cult. Yep. Yeah, you can read about this a lot on Freedom of Mind. I don't necessarily support the author founder's position on lots of things, but I think the science and his studies still flesh out his hypotheses that he has defended for his PhD, whatever his research that he's defended successfully to get his PhD. But yeah, you can read about a lot of that stuff. The types of high control groups, all that other good stuff.
Add to that, or anything else about any of the ingredients, like the bamboo silica or any of the others that stand out at you?
Well, the combination of it is what's so beautiful. I think that the thing that we need to remember is by adding in things like chicory root and which makes it be a very good prebiotic. So in other words, feeding the gut microbiome, feeding the gut. And we also know that the skin is our largest organ that we need to protect. We know the gut is where we receive all of our environmental biotoxins, and it's the biggest organ that's attacked. It makes sense that we would protect both of these. The inositol, again, is going to help you with the sugar metabolism. It's going to help the hormonal balance. And then the bamboo silica is so great because it really helps with the absorption of vitamin D and calcium. So again, bone protecting. I love that they added the bamboo in.
And just to add another perspective of, maybe it's not another perspective, but we're watching this. We have a certain amount of disdain for Nueva. We have a certain amount of disdain for the people who started Nueva. We have a certain amount of disdain for the way that they have done copyright strikes that don't follow the rules and procedures of, I was about to say Young Living, of YouTube. And yet, there are people who passionately follow all of the leaders who came over from O'Dare who started Nueva. They are excited about the misrepresentation of science. Not that it's misrepresented for them, but they think, wow, this is going to be incredible. This is going to fix this. This is going to fix this, whatever. And they're bought in already. And it's a combination. It's a perfect storm. Healthcare here in the U.S., not accessible for everyone. There's a lot of people who live with chronic pain and have no solutions, either because they don't have access to medical care, or if they do have access to medical care, it is undiagnosed, or they're gaslit into thinking that they are not actually chronically ill. So they're living in pain or discomfort every minute of every day of their life. And then, if they're in that position and they see however many people and how advanced science is, that they're not able to have access to any of that, either because no access because of healthcare, how it operates here in the U.S., or they've gone to healthcare providers and no answers have been whatever. And they start to think like, well, is there some, like, why can't I get answers for this when there's all these complex things happening that you can get answers for? And like, I'm still able to walk around and function, and maybe not even walk, but live without any medical intervention for the most part. Like, what's going on? Is there something out there that people don't want to be able to cure this because it's not a moneymaker? I'm saying from the conspiratorial. Like, how slippery slope you can get into twisty spots. Then you have somebody like Margie or Carrie, Dr. Carrie, or John Melton, or whoever it is in any health and wellness MLM, who are going to say, you know what? This mushroom, game changer. You know what? Collagen 2, game changer. List out all of the things, and they could have those benefits. But because of the way that these unethical MLM leaders behave, people end up, like we do, filling or assuming things that we can't assume about that ingredient, assuming things that we can't assume about that that product, or how do we even understand how the science works? Because maybe you would say, okay, that's true about the ingredient, but guess what? That doesn't impact your body's whatever processes the way you think it does, or that's not going to make its way past your stomach. And there's a lot of people out there who remember a lot more from high school than I do, who are a lot smarter than me, and they're able to say, okay, yes, true, no, that doesn't work like that because I know how the stomach works. It's not going to make it. No big deal, walk away. And if you are hopeful that the information is true, that you're hopeful that you're going to get relief, you kind of hold on to things that sound good or that sound like they're answers. And I'm not saying this is shit. Like, I did the same thing in Young Living. I was starting to go downhill when I was in Young Living, and being in pain, being in discomfort, like looking for answers and being scared to go to the doctor. I'm not saying this from a place of judgment. I'm saying this from a place of like, even if y'all don't understand how people can end up in MLMs, I mean, have a little bit of empathy or maybe sympathy. Empathy, I think, is like feeling what someone else feels. Sympathy is you can appreciate, I think, the negative stuff that has happened, but you don't necessarily feel it like they do, because you don't have to feel things like me. But if someone wants to use herbal medicine, they shouldn't go to an MLM. They should work with a certified herbalist. Yeah, and I think ethical herbalists are going to say that that their stuff isn't going to cure some things. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Because of how important vitamin D is and how important keeping the absorption of it. It's one thing to take it, but do you get it in? It's one thing to consume supplements, but do you have a healthy enough gut to get it in? The prebiotics, it has the chicory root, has the inulin in it.
Hey, you know this product that we're going to be selling you? You better get on a probiotic, because if you're not, then this product's not going to work the way it's supposed to. There's some truth in that, but then they're saying our product is not going to be as effective as we're going to claim that it is because of you, because of your poor little shitty gut microbiome. When maybe that is partially true, but then they're moving the goalposts for so many things. It's so twisty. I'm not the right person to be trying to debunk this stuff.
And it just feeds healthy. It's like fertilizing the good bacteria in the gut, overriding, the trauma the gut has to go through day to day.
Right. And so that's a very powerful blend with hibiscus and, like you said, inositol and bamboo silica. So this is a very powerful, but also simple, like as in no extra fillers.
Sure.
Obviously this is taste free, it's sugar free, it has, no synthetic junk in it. And all of this is, you can, just scoop it into your favorite beverage.
I think one of the best things, so Rachel said, this is what scares me about the anti-science movement. It pushes people to these snake oil companies. And I think there's opportunities for individuals who are gifted in like an easier grasp on science and maybe logic and whatever it is, having some empathy that people are scared, or people can be scared, and their emotion about being scared about whatever, vaccine or going to the doctor or going to the dentist or whatever it is, those fears can be rooted in what's happened to them. They can be rooted in what they've seen happen to other people that maybe was equated to something they're currently scared in, or that fear has built up into slippery slope fallacy. Having some compassion and saying, it sounds like you're really scared to, it sounds like you're really nervous about going to the doctor. And that's not really a good feeling. And it can feel whatever, like they're not going to listen to you. Do you have somebody who can go with you to support you while you're there? If you don't, do you need help writing down a list of questions? Because I know how it's been for me if I'm nervous. Sometimes writing down the questions can help so I don't forget anything. Or is this something where you just need to be able to vent to me and me not fix it? But having some like, oh, you're just too stupid to understand that science is going to help you. You're just too stupid to, choose logic, and you're just choosing your emotions. Like, That's not the case that's going to be for everyone, but having just having an iota of empathy or an iota of compassion, or just like I'm going to treat this person like they're human. And if my friend who is similar to me all of a sudden came and said, oh my God, I'm terrified of doing this thing that we'd normally been fine with. Like if you were working on your thesis together with one of your whatever, someone who's in the program with you, and you're both based in science, you both have an extensive kind of understanding of science, you're working in a more elevated, you're working in that next level, whatever, of your knowledge base, and you respect each other, you're actually friends, whatever. And if your friend came in one day and said, so and so, I don't know what it is, but I'm really scared of ABC. When you know, like, oh, we know that's not a thing because science, because whatever, second year of undergrad or whatever it is, you can think that and say, wow, I've known this person for a long time and they seem really nervous. They seem really upset. I'd love to be curious about why they're scared. I'd love to be curious about what they're nervous about. I'd love to be curious without forgetting that they're human. And not come from a position of like, hey, you're not on the science side, so peace out. It's more nuanced, it's more complex than that. I don't know. I'm not the perfect person. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not the best person to even be saying all this. I'm just saying, as somebody who was scared of or is scared of a lot of things and having to suffer the consequences of my own behavior, about my lack of care for like my teeth or whatever, that wasn't just, oh, I decided to be lazy and like not go to the dentist. I was terrified. And from what I've seen, there's no dental hygienist that I've ever met who understands the fear of going to the dentist. They tell me, hey, I don't want to get into that. Or having really painful trips to the dentist. So you get more scared and more scared and more scared. And your mental health could be a factor, like mine was, where you have such low days, you cannot even function. You cannot even get out of your bed. You cannot even, like, you're just struggling to, like, hold on to living, okay? And you're fighting, you're scraping, you're scratching, like you're barely holding on to, like, a cliff. And you're trying to inch your way back up. And then you go to the dentist and they're like, why aren't you flossing? You know, your gum disease, this is probably going to make you lose your teeth at a very young age. Like, it's probably because you're definitely not brushing. Like, you see this gum recession, like, whatever it is. I understand you're sharing information. And it's confusing. You're still sharing that information when I've said, like, I struggle with my mental health. I know that I'm coming in with not perfect teeth. I know that I'm coming in with not perfect tooth hygiene. I think your teeth look incredible. You not having any empathy to understand what mental health struggles will look like and how they can impact your hygiene doesn't really make me want to come back to the dentist. Dentists are expensive, and you can't just say, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to peace out. I'm not going to pay for this. Goodbye. I had an awful experience. Like, maybe you can do that. I don't know. But you have to try and hope that you find somebody who's like a good dentist. Okay. Who has compassion. Okay. Who maybe understands, like, who has worked with autism or ADHD or, I mean, whatever, mental health stuff. Like, having someone with a little bit of respect that you're still a human, even if you have shitty teeth. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, they're fucking expensive. Anyway, sorry for that rant. It's more complex. People's experiences are more complex. It doesn't mean that they don't get to suffer the consequences of their own behavior. I'm lucky that I have insurance, and I'm also suffering the consequences of my own behavior and what mental health has, where kind of it's left me with struggling with my hygiene. So
of any kind because of the taste-free nature, and all of this goodness is coming together. I do have, because I know people are always saying, what can we say, right? You saw the disclaimer at the beginning of, we're not trying to treat or diagnose or cure anything, right? But what can you say? What are the legitimate, based on clinical trials, statements that you can make, right? So let me read you some of them. Let me get my glasses so that I get them correctly.
I have a better dentist now. He is great, and he works with me. He'll tell me, like, when he's leaning me back or when he's working on stuff. I've asked for stronger medication to sedate me more, but it's not a possibility. But his demeanor and his continually like asking me if I'm okay, if I'm in pain, like, that's super great. And he's very empathetic, and that's been great. I wish it was easier to find dentists who were, I don't know, you're like, remember, the patients aren't humans, just bad teeth walking around on somebody with a pulse. So sometimes it's, I don't know.
Okay, so these are approved claims. We can say that this helps support joint flexibility and comfort. It supports healthy cartilage and joint function. It promotes skin hydration and moisture retention. It helps maintain skin elasticity and suppleness, deeply hydrates and plumps the skin, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, boosts the skin's elasticity and luminosity, supports strong hair, nails, joints, and connective tissue, and it provides antioxidant and anti-inflammatory support for overall wellness. Those are your approved claims. Like, that's quite the product all in one, isn't it, Dr. Sarda?
Oh, absolutely. And I think you need to also bring up the point or reemphasize that these are backed by real science, clinical, very well studied, very well tried and true clinical studies for many years. And it's how they come up with the dosing, because there are minimum milligrams, the 200 milligrams of tremula, there are minimal doses that really get you there. That's another thing that you have to be careful about in products is, do they have enough of what they need, even though it may do all these great things? Is there enough in there? Is there enough in a serving? So I like that they have stayed with clinical studies, real science-backed dosing.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, for one, I'm really excited.
As Amy said earlier, clinical studies, science-backed dosing. Ask more questions about that. Ask more questions about what that means. Because Amy said earlier in the chat that the dosing used in studies isn't necessarily one that's appropriate for over-the-counter use. Another MLM miracle drug. Yep.
To try this product. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm a collagen snob, and the fact that this has gotten on my radar and that
It hasn't gotten on your radar. You're starting a multi-level marketing company and you're white labeling a product. You're having to compete with Amare. You're having to compete with Make Wellness. What do you mean it got on your radar? You got terminated from a company because it went bankrupt, you didn't get your commissions, and then you started a new MLM, and then you're selling the products that whatever Brian McMullen said you should sell? I don't know. It's disingenuous. Like, understand the whole story of how we got here.
I have such anticipation about being able to get my hands on this stuff. I just think that really says a lot. And Dr. Sarda,
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in finding dentists who are supportive of working with someone with autism. I still can benefit from it. My teeth are fucked right now, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough topic for me to talk about.
I just appreciate you so much. And I maybe I'll just finish with the question that I asked you last week when we were talking about hydrogen water and about nitric oxide. What do you think it would mean to someone to have the snow collagen in their hands? What is the income potential or the potential for making a difference in people's lives with this product right here, right now at Nueva?
Well, I think much of my answer is the same in that we know that healthcare is now self-care. I always stand by that. And you have to be super savvy. And with this product, what I think of with this product is strength, is internal strength.
What?
And we lose that. And without supplementing, that's all there's to it. You cannot maintain this on your own, especially given this day and age with all our biotoxin exposure. So supplementation is now necessary. It's not a luxury. It is absolutely essential and necessary. And if you don't have your structure, if you don't have your body strength, then the rest of it is just not going to be as important. And externally, it's going to also have those benefits.
And there it is. It's not just about health, but what's the income potential? In listening to this, it is hard too. And it's harder on weeks where I have a lot of doctor's appointments or I'm gearing up for a surgery or whatever. And it's like, this sucks. It feels extra slimy. This specifically feels extra slimy today.
Margie, we know we love collagen of the skin. That's
this
what it's
lady,
famous.
this lady is a doctor. This doctor is an OBGYN. Also is a part of Grant Cardone's 10X medical group or whatever it's called. Is part of another practice. Has pivoted, I think, from her OBGYN focus to peptides to naturopathic stuff. No issues with naturopathy stuff. It gets twisty because she's selling products and she's not giving full context for the information she's sharing regarding the supplements, the ingredients, in my opinion. She's not talking about inflammation in a meaningfully like truthful way. Oh, but I thought everyone knew that about chronic and acute inflammation. Really? Come on, dude.
But it's so much deeper than that. And that's what I really want people to know. It's so much more than that. Again, gut, brain, bones, ligaments, tendons, cellular to cellular communication. So the neuroprotective part, the hormonal part, it's just so much more.
Yes,
Highland.
and vital to the last breath, right? Like your health is your most valuable asset. I love how you say.
Yep, it's fear-mongering, chicken sternum, health manipulation, snow mushroom combo.
Healthcare is self-care, and I love us to be reminded of that all of the time. So give us some love in the chat if you guys are excited to try Snow Collagen coming our way early June. Dr. Sarda, thank you so much. Shauna Zini, thank you for running the tech. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. Good night.
Good night. We did
My
it.
name is Mark.
Oh God, we did it. Where's Dora? We need a Dora hit of love. Where is it? I just realized I made my video clips called visual sound bites And I realized that wouldn't, I don't know why I labeled them like that, but it made a lot of sense to me. We did it, y'all. Nueva, howdy hey. We hate it. I don't know. It's hard to say like, oh, what do we want to say after this? Well, we want to go take a nap. We want to go drink something cool. We want to go pet our floofs and maybe cry into a pillow. Oh yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments afterwards. It's a dumpster fire? I wish that. I'm glad there's a lot of other smarter, more articulate people in anti-MLM. People who like Brianna Jewell, who's a registered dietitian, Kat Benson, registered dietitian. It just is infuriating to watch Zoom call after Zoom call after Zoom call and watch individuals who had access to get high levels of education, for example, medical doctors, and then run into them selling multi-level marketing products, but their pitch isn't even relating the information in an ethical way, in my opinion. Leaving things out, using information control, isn't it? And it's overwhelming to see how much this is going on, just in Nueva, but like across the board. The amount of Zoom calls I watch, like not on stream, it's awful. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. At the end, it's like, who fucking cares if you would or wouldn't try collagen from a chicken sternum? We're sludged right now. By the way, just go buy it off Amazon or go buy it from somewhere else. I wouldn't buy it from Nueva. Who knows when you're going to be able to buy it from Nueva. MLM reps pitch bullshit science. I don't think mushroom marketing is getting out of hand. I think that you have unethical individuals who twist things to make their own pitch land better. It happens citing sources when you're writing papers. It happens in many different fields, but it's more dangerous, I think, in the health and wellness space, because you're claiming that an ingredient's going to do something incredible, and somebody who doesn't have access to healthcare, or if they do, they haven't been listened to, they're going to try and they're going to buy, and then they're going to be gaslit into thinking that the reason it's not working is because of something else, and the reason that second thing's not working is because of something else. So then they just get into a financial tornado, and, you know, they end up getting fucked. Good point, Rando. I don't know. Truth of it is, other than the downer of that video, is that collagen isn't magic. It does have its place. We learned that the number 2 collagen is the best way to get it is from the chicken sternum. Point to you, Nueva. I think you're still in a deficit because of everything else, but I don't know when a product claims to fix your skin, your joints, your hormones, and your brain. Maybe the only thing it's really strengthening is someone's commission check. And even still, we can look and say, like, yeah, that claim about that ingredient, true, claim about that ingredient true, if we don't understand the overarching, like how biology works, how cellular function works, we can't then, until we understand all of it, we can't say like, okay, yes, if yes, then this. Okay, no, then we go up here. Yes, we go down here. So you have to have such a broad and specific knowledge base to debunk some of this stuff, and I don't have it. I'm glad you ate something, Broken Waffles. I don't know. I'm not trying to do an appeal to emotion. I'm emotional. Because MLMs fucked up my real life. And MLMs fucked up my real health. And I know what it's like to be screwed over by MLMs. And I don't want other people to be screwed over by MLMs. I'm hope that if you're stuck in a cycle of buying hope in a scoop or a bottle, that this is your reminder that you deserve science, not scare tactics. And skincare or whatever they're doing here, the internal supplement bullshit, like that shouldn't come with a compensation plan. I don't know. I don't really have anything good, like encouraging this thing to say at the end. I really appreciate everybody joining the stream. Thank you for supporting the channel by subscribing, liking, or I'm very grateful for the members. I think y'all know how grateful I am. And please remember that we do not drink the Kool-Aid. We analyze the ingredients. I will see y'all next time. And we'll see if Nueva slaps this video. Hi, Loki. Y'all have a good night or day. Bye.